Hey guys, what's up? Jay here with JayzTwoCents. I'm going to be bringing you a video today on an extreme budget card. I mean, doesn't get a whole lot more extreme budget than this. The R7 250 here from AMD. Now, this is an MSI branded card, but it was sent to me from AMD. So I want to go ahead and say thank you guys over there in Team Red for sending me this OC Edition R7 250 to take a look at. The R7 250 series is good for people that want to do dual graphics with maybe Kaveri APUs or maybe some of the older APUs, where you can boost the performance of your integrated GPU by allowing them to basically crossfire with one of these lower end cards. I don't know exactly how well it scales because I do not have an AMD APU system here to do the testing with, but I can tell you who's going to be doing a review on this in a APU dual graphics situation that is Colbert Tech Repair. I definitely suggest you guys go check out his channel if you're interested in finding out how this performs in dual graphics configuration in his test bench. Now let's go ahead and talk about the specs of the card just a little bit here. Nothing too impressive, but the bare minimums of this card aren't too bad. It does have 1 GB of GDDR5, PCI Express 3.0 compatible, DirectX 11.2 compatible. The graphics memory bus here is 128 bits, and your outputs are your DVI-D, your HDMI, your D-sub. Solid caps, super ferrite chokes on there. It supports multi-GPU, MSI Afterburner, real-time live streaming, and all that stuff with this card. So, I mean, it's got basically all of your basics covered. Now, just like some of the other graphics cards we've looked at in this price range, it is super teeny tiny. It is so cute. But yeah, I mean, it's got the MSI fan on there, which is gonna make it nice and quiet. Very basic cooler. It actually looks a lot like the Intel stock cooler and cut in half sort of thing, but whatever. So there's your outputs. It has a standard VGA, which I think is kind of strange, but anyway, there's your HDMI, and then there's your DVI, and then your backplate with the MSI branding on there. Very lightweight card, does not require any sort of auxiliary power. So with that said, let's just go ahead and see how the benchmarks do, and then I'll tell you guys pretty much whether or not this is a card you should consider or pass up, depending on what your scenario or your situation is. So don't go away. Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea of where this card fits in now. Now, performance-wise, it pretty much did exactly what I thought it was going to do. It did not put up any sort of impressive numbers, but then again, it's not really intended to. I played some Battlefield 4 on this guy, and I put it on Ultra preset, which I knew was going to just basically rip this card a new butthole. But, in FPS, we're sitting in the mid-teens, an average of 14 frames per second, which, is absolutely unplayable. But where this card really stood out was in the medium preset. In the medium preset on 1080p, I was able to get an average of 43 frames per second on medium, which was very playable. In fact, I scored some pretty awesome kills while doing the benchmarking for this. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording, so you guys are just going to take my word for it. But where this card really comes in is if you're one of those gamers that are running a really old panel, like a 900p or even a 720 or 720p, then this thing really jumps up into the 60s and high 50 frames per second range without any problems whatsoever. So I really consider this card to be, exactly what it is for the entry-level gamer, somebody who has a low-resolution panel, doesn't need all the bells and whistles, and just wants to have consistent, smooth frame rates at low resolutions. If that's you, then that's exactly where this card fits in. Now, where I really feel this card belongs is sitting in some sort of an AMD APU system, particularly Kaveri if you have that, but it still works with any of the A8 and A10 APU systems. But if you can set this up in dual graphics, I think it's going to really show its true potential when it's able to be working in tandem with another internal GPU or APU or something like that. So make sure you go and check out Colbert Tech Repair. His channel is down in the description. He's going to be taking one of these R7 250s, and he's going to be doing a dual graphics demonstration and showing you guys just how well it can do. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Tell me what you're using when it comes to entry-level graphics, and what kind of resolutions are you running with those entry-level cards, and what games are you playing. Help each other decide what's right for you guys depending on your play style and your preferences. And as always, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.